I feel like going into that fight and, obviously after speaking with her, and, messages that she sent and, her coaches talking to my coaches and that, she had a lot of respect for me and my hands. And, we had a game plan going into the fight. Like, there's, watching it from an outsider, it probably doesn't look like it, but we were trying to take her into the deeper rounds. I know that my fitness and, not that I'm a late starter, but I finished strong. So I knew I had the fitness to finish like 5 rounds and finish strong. So I knew that in that first round, especially when she first got me to the ground, in the first round, she was like, I knew I wasn't in danger. I'd done a lot of work in my fight camp, a lot of cage rounds. And I know that Joe down at Freestyle would have been super happy with how I got back up on that cage, because it was all the technique that we practiced. But I wasn't in danger, but I could hear her breathing, and I knew that she was putting a lot into it. And I thought, if she keeps this up for one or two, like, you can just see that she slowly deteriorates. But yeah, unfortunately, in the second round, when I was sort of ready to, like, I had a bit of a feel out for that first round, see what sort of power she was throwing, what she was sort of trying to bring to the fight. And in the second round, I came back and I was like, okay. And I remember standing there looking across the cage at, after the minute break. And so I don't even know if I actually shook my head, but in my head I was like, okay, like, time to get to work now. And unfortunately, I got tagged with a left hook. And for the first time, and I only said this to my sports psychologist this morning, for the first time in over 70 fights, I showed weakness to my opponent. Usually I've got a really, really good poker face. I've been hit a lot of times, and, I've lost vision in eyes. I've been wobbled. I've been rocked. It's hurt and this and that, but I've always had a really good poker face. And probably for the one opponent that I probably needed the best poker face, I didn't have it. And I showed her in my eyes and my facials that it hurt. And I'll never forget the look in her eyes, because it reminds me of what I'm like. It's just, I could just see it was kill. And I just remember, I don't even know if I said it, but I probably gave her another look, because it was like, oh, fuck. And that's literally what came to my head, was like, shit. Like, and then she came with a barrage of kicks and punches, and she just went, and yeah, went to town. And then I, circled off probably 2 meters around to the cage and stopped again. And it was one of the things that I was saying this morning, was I just should have kept circling around. Like, the cage is a big cage, but just until I got my bearings and dealt with the fact that my nose was pouring out in blood. And yeah, just to recompose myself. But unfortunately, I did it. And then, yeah, that was the beginning of the end.